Yo, Midas! Yo, Midas, you hear me talking to you?
Trunks, what the fuck? How are you even talking, fam? And wait, how'd you even get out your box?
Yeah, scrap all of that. Did you forget? You've got a Too Many Games episode with Dallaz Man from Level 1, the creative genius. Did you forget that, my G?
Oh, my days, I completely forgot. Thank you so much for reminding me. I'm gonna go do that right now. Ooh, and your mum is paying. What's going on, people, and welcome to a brand new episode of Too Many Games and Not Enough Time. Now, as you can see, the headpiece is looking fresh. Yes, COVID, you ain't stopping me. I'm able to actually see my barber. Yes, I've retired. The do-rag is gone, never to be seen again. Well, at least I hope. Now, you know, on Too Many Games, we like to keep it international. And on today's show, I've got somewhat of a genius. When I'm talking about this guy does this thing. So musically, he's a genius. He raps, he produces, and you know I love, he remakes some of the sickest game beats. Yo, you know that Persona one? He went in. No, he's not a madman because he talks to Funko Pops. He takes this creativity to the next level. A good brother. I love chatting to him. Dallaz Man, welcome to Too Many Games and Not Enough Time. How you doing, my G?
What's good, man? I'm pretty good, man. Appreciate you for having me on.
Yeah, man. I'm super excited to chat to you, man. We finally got here in the end. Like an idiot, I forgot we was talking, but Trunks, my Funko Pop, he reminded me, he got me on check, and now we are back and we are ready to talk some gaming. So,
Yeah,
how have you been, man?
Same thing happened to me. My dude here, Chris, that's how I remembered ours. So, man, it's the same thing. I've been good, man. Just working, pretty much, making videos, trying to get into the groove of doing reviews. I'm not really a big review guy. I just like what I like and hope other people like it, but trying to get into the groove of doing that.
I fully hear that, my G. You know already, even me, like I do a lot of reviews, but I just try to do them a bit different. Just try to, rather than just the standard. Like I loved your Monster Hunter review. Like I said, I think that was super dope. And that's the kind of reviews how I see you doing it, like super mad. Now, anyone who doesn't know you, the first thing I ever saw of yours was I saw you do a review about Monster Hunter. Now, I've watched so many reviews in my life. I bang YouTube non-stop. But I see this brother talking to a Funko Pop. Now, the Funko Pop was talking back to him and he was just having a conversation, playing the Switch. And the creativity in it was just blew my mind. So, like, how do you come up with these kind of creative process? Like, this is something so different from what I'm usually seeing on YouTube. And it's something that I hope more people get involved in and start spotlighting what you're doing. So how does that creative process start?
Man, out of necessity. I think everything dope comes out of necessity. But I sort of had to. I was working on a review and I needed the content. I needed to get the content out, but I didn't want to do it in a traditional way. And it was like my first review. And so, you know, I sat down and I started talking to my homie Darren about the game. And so we were going back and forth and I was just talking about everything I liked about it, everything I didn't like about it. And it sort of came out in my head as a conversation. So I just look over, sitting on top of my PC and I see him and I'm like, I got it. And it just started from there.
Super, super dope. Anyone who haven't seen it, make sure you go and watch that video. It'll be tagged below. You can see it in the side. It is some great ass content. But my G, let's talk about games. Now, another thing that I like about this brother, he's got some good taste in games. He likes usually the same games that I like. Like we bond on certain games. So COVID has been mad. It's been the maddest experience in, I think, anyone in our generation's lives. Like obviously we didn't go to war and them kind of stuff. So this is like huge culture shock for us. But as gamers, it's given us a way to actually escape, play games, and just really keep our mental health in check. So what's been taking up your time other than Monster Hunter?
Man, let me see. I've been just hopping into a bunch of different things. My friends kind of tricked me into playing Outriders. So I hopped in the beta and I was like, oh, okay, well, this is kind of cool. And then didn't touch it again. And then turned around and ended up buying an Xbox just to play it on Game Pass. Truth be told, I've sort of been running through Game Pass. Let me see. What's the name of that game? I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's a JRPG. Art's done by Akira Toriyama, like the character design. Dragon Quest. It's a big deal for a lot of people. Just got into Dragon Quest, and it's kind of fire. I'm a big JRPG dude. Have been for a long time, but I haven't really been getting into them lately. And except for Persona 5, like we share that in common. And so I've been hopping back and forth between Persona 5 and Dragon Quest.
So I just dropped a video for Trails of Cold Steel, and at the beginning of the video, I say that I'm so excited to get into a JRPG since Persona, because I feel like Persona was so good. It's like the level so high that everything else after JRPG feels just old. And the thing with JRPGs, they're janky, and they're not janky as in a shooter. Like shooters are janky as like the shooting mechanics might not work or stuff like that. But as a JRPG fan, there's just certain things that we put up with that you wouldn't have in a traditional game.
You know what's crazy though? The thing about Atlas is like they don't really do too much different in their JRPGs. I guess like structurally they are traditional, but like they got so much style. Like if the game could have swag, Persona 5 would have it. Like
exactly,
if the game could have drip, Persona 5 would have it. And all of Atlas's games really usually have that. And I think that's what puts them ahead of other developers.
Yeah, I think other companies are learning from that, because if you look at Bandai Namco's Tales of Arise, like that is more kind of traditional, kind of Western style, and they're really pushing it like more high tech. So it's dope to see that JRPGs are actually coming to the forefront and becoming more kind of thing. But yeah, Game Pass for me is incredible. It's like one of the biggest, I think it's one of the best things in gaming. And I'm not even an Xbox guy, I'm a PlayStation guy, but I will go out all day and champion Game Pass, because for me, what I love about Game Pass is if you're a kid from the hood or a kid from the ghetto and you don't have a lot of money, your parent can buy you a console. They can get you a Xbox Series S, which is the cheapest next-gen console, and Game Pass, where they pay monthly, and you can just have all of the games at your disposal. That is incredible for me. But I'm not going to let something slide. You said someone tricked you into playing, and not even did man say, so I end up buying the game. Man went and bought out a whole console, so he has it. Fam, like, how are you just buying a whole console for a game?
Well, truth be told, my homie Fame had it for a good price. He had an extra one. He had like 3 laying around the house. So he's that guy. So, you know, I went to his house and picked it up and came back home and just look. I had Xbox. I had Game Pass on PC. So I was playing all the games on PC that I could play and thought, okay, this is good. I have the whole Xbox experience. Nope, not the same thing. Game Pass is completely, I ain't gonna say completely different, but definitely opens up a whole lot on console. So I got to experience sort of a different side of it.
So I really enjoy Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest is like super hyped out there as a game, but for me, like I didn't complete Dragon Quest. I complete a lot of JRPGs, but I don't know, after a while, I feel like I got the experience out of it and I enjoyed it and I moved on. But I do feel like it is a strange time. Like right now, the game I'm playing the most is Apex, fam. I'm not even a shooter brother, but I'm banging Apex on a daily basis. So obviously that sounds like something that's similar to you when it comes to Outriders. What is it about Outriders that's grabbed you?
You know, okay, so for a long time I had wanted to play Gears, but I didn't really have an Xbox, and then when I did, I didn't play it. And it kind of feels like that. But truth be told, if I'm telling the whole honest to God truth, it's just fun to play with friends. It's just fun to play and talk trash and shoot stuff. It's really no different than that. You can switch your brain off and blow stuff up.
Yeah.
And the powers are cool.
Yeah, no, I fully agree with you. And I think what Outriders did incredible, like I said it on one of my videos, it starts off feeling like a single player game. So when you start off, you feel like you're playing a single player game, you start getting used to the mechanics, and then they throw you into the multiplayer world. And I think other games have tried to do that, but they don't do it well. Like Division, when you're playing Division, when you start on your own, you just feel like you ain't got no friends. You feel like you ain't got no friends in a one-player game. You're lonely, and it feels like that. Destiny does the same thing. And I feel like Outriders is the first game that when I went in at the beginning, it gave me that single-player experience. And it's kind of hard for a person that if you don't play much multiplayer games, like I know bare people in gaming, I got bare people on my friends list, still doesn't mean I play a lot of online games. And I think a lot of games just assume you're always going to play with people, so them having that kind of intro at the beginning is like super important.
You know, I had an experience in common with the two. With Destiny and Outriders, because I recently started playing Destiny again. I had a common experience with the two. In each of them, I started playing by myself. I was having fun. I was killing stuff. I was blowing stuff up. I was using powers. And then I get to a boss and I hit a wall. And I get like this close to beating the boss and then die and realize, oh, I need people. It's as different as the games are, and as much fun as you have with each, you realize you kind of need people.
Yeah, definitely. You're completely right. Because when I started on my own, and then I started getting to like try missions, and then after I started doing missions, and I was just getting wiped. And then when I hit up my brother and hit up my brethren and we jumped in, I was like, oh, this is the experience that is meant to be. And you know what? I feel like Nintendo are probably the only company who do that single player and multiplayer experience perfectly. Like if you think of Mario Kart, you can play Mario Kart on your own and it is an amazing experience. But if you play with your friends, it's better, but it's still as an amazing experience. I don't think much games have ever really been able to do that.
Yeah, it's a case where it's sort of a must to have friends, or at the very least, it makes the experience that like much more fun as opposed to just, oh, I'm doing the same thing with friends.
Yeah, 100%. So you are part of a collective. I see it in the background, Level 1 Gaming. Tell the people about Level 1 Gaming, what you do, what you lot are about, and why they should check you out.
Man, that's the family. We started at a different website. We were just sort of a podcast group, or a podcast panel. At some point when we left the site, we decided we didn't just want to stop working together. So, you know, the natural thing to do was start your own thing. And it started literally in the beginning of the pandemic. We got our stuff together and launched. I'm actually content director there, me, and a group of dope people, my homie Fame, the Floor Hugger, Baron J67, a lot, Citizen Snips, a lot of us got together and basically just made sort of a gaming news, reviews, not just gaming, but all of pop culture and entertainment sort of site. So, you know, just you can pull up and, you know, deal with and pull up and mess with us. We really just wanted to talk about a bunch of stuff that we like and needed a place to do it. We wanted a place where other people could come and talk about the stuff they like. And if they needed a place to do that, we wanted to provide it. So that's pretty much what Level 1 Gaming is.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love the community. I love things. And like I said, like when I do my intros on Too Many Games, I'm very, very hype. And I think a lot of people think I'm just gaslighting, but I never say things that I don't mean. And like, I feel like you are so creative, and I want more people to check out your stuff. I think you're super, super dope. And I think more people need to know what you're doing. And I love that you just do things different. Like that's what excites me as a creator, to see other creators just do their content in a different way. I've got a friend who's called Matt, who's got the Burnout Brighter podcast, and he's just started a series where he just does gaming news, but he just goes to random places. He could be in his bathroom brushing his teeth, he could be walking his dog in the park, he could have just walked in with shopping, and he just literally tells you about all of the gaming news. And I love that creativeness and that excitedness that we are doing. Now, next gen is here. It's current gen, it's not next gen anymore, but we're still kind of living in the past. We don't really have that big game that's really making us experience these next gen consoles. You get me? What is the game that you're most excited to play that hasn't yet been released?
Next gen. If we're talking about next gen, let me see. Horizon Forbidden West, I think. Horizon Zero Dawn was kind of left at a cliffhanger, and that was one of the games this past gen that I was really into. One of the games, like, you just finished talking about how, like, the thing you like about people that create is when they do something different. Horizon did just that. It was sort of like, it was a new IP at a time where everybody was remaking things or continuing things. Shout out to God of War, by the way. It was dope. Don't get me wrong. It was one of my favorite games ever, really. But Horizon Zero Dawn came around that same time, and it was something brand new when we needed something brand new. So I can't wait to see how much further it can go.
And Horizon did so many things right. Like, Aloy is such a dope pro tag. And the thing is, Sony are very, very good at making amazing protagonists. And I feel like Aloy is probably one of the strongest pro tags in the PlayStation library. And if you think, she's only had one game, but she's probably so recognizable. If you put her up to Nathan Drake and Joe and Crash Bandicoot and like, people would recognize her face, which is dope. And just the whole game is like what we would think of as kids. Like, when you was a kid and you draw something and you'll be like, yeah, it's a dinosaur, but it's a robot, and like it's almost like the closest kind of Transformers thing, but it had that kind of Native American vibes to it and stuff like that. The thing that I'm the most excited about for it is when Horizon Zero Dawn came out, I loved it, but my issue was Breath of the Wild came out at the same time, and Breath of the Wild was so open. And I was playing Horizon and I had my Switch. I was like, I'm not gonna open Breath of the Wild yet. Let me finish this game. And my Switch was just calling me. It was like, Midas, play me. And I started it. And because Breath of the Wild was so open, when I went back into Horizon Zero Dawn, it felt small, like when I was traversing to one place and stuff. So I hope that with the new one, they open it up a bit more. Did you play the DLC?
Yes, I did, actually. And it didn't feel too much more open, truth be told, especially when you're in the snow. I understand what you mean. If you compare it to Breath of the Wild feels like you can go anywhere at any time, and Horizon feels like if you can't beat that thing in a fight, you better not go over there. So I can understand that. Nah, I don't think the DLC is too much more open, but it is worth playing. Yeah,
I like the DLC. I tell you what surprised me in the DLC is how hard it was. Like, the level cap of finishing a normal game, and then the DLC was like up there. Like, I was bossing, and then I went to the DLC and I was getting wiped.
Yeah, it's like that. And because they did that thing where they made the already partially evil monsters, or made the already what's the word I'm looking for? Made the already murderous animals that were probably going to murder you even stronger. Yeah, it's crazy, but that's how it goes, I guess. This is a good DLC though.
Yeah, it is. It's a dope game. All right. I'm gonna let you go soon, because, like, Too Many Games, we are a short form podcast. But like I said, I've been gassing about what you do. So if there was a specific piece of content that you create that you want someone to go and check out, get going, involved with, and let them understand who you are and your creativity in one video, what would it be and why?
Ooh, one video? I don't think that video has been created yet, but if we talk about one that's already made, I have a video where I talk about Black Myth Wukong and kind of where it came from. Like, it's framed as a trailer reaction, but I'm really talking about Journey to the West and the connection between the two. And that shows music, it shows the Funko Pop thing, and it shows one of the things I'm most interested in. So I think that's one of the ones that could kind of tell you who I am in one video.
Dope. Where can the people find you?
Man, youtube.com/LV1Gaming20, lv1gaming.com. Also, Twitter at lv1gaming or at Dallaz Man. Dallaz with a Z.
Dope. Thank you so much, Dallaz Man, for your time. He's been Dallaz Man. I've been Mr. Midas. You've been wonderful. And the MVPs. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you hit subscribe and go and check him out because he does major bits. We out of here. Peace.